Joining me now is Allison Bork, a local children's book author with a new release that just came out today. Allison, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now first, let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I am now a children's book author. I didn't always start out as a children's book author. I taught school for a year, and then I practiced law here in Lafayette for almost 8 years, and I decided to take a year temporary retirement. I had young kids at the time, and I thought, you know, let me spend some more time with them. And so while I was doing that, I started writing them stories. And needless to say, I haven't gone back to practicing law yet, but this is just so much fun, and the series has taken off since 2016, and just keep writing more and more books about Alycat.
And that was going to be one of my questions for you, is how you kind of got into writing books. So you started off writing them for your children.
Yes. So they wanted more books for their bookshelf. It was already overflowing. There was books all over the floor, and I said, you know what? How about I just write you a story instead of buy new books, because you'll have them all over the floor. And they thought that was a great idea. And they were 6 and 4 at the time. And they thought, you know, that I could do it. And so I believed in myself because they believed in me. And so I went downstairs after putting them to bed and started writing the first book of the series. And now 5 books later, I'm still writing, they're still reading, and it's just such a great thing.
And I'm sure they just thought that was the coolest thing ever, their mom writing their books for them.
Yeah, it was cool. They provided some endings for the stories. I would always leave some blank, and they would provide all these wild endings, and so I had to kind of tone it down a little bit. But they love being a part of it. They love coming to all the book events. They get to meet other authors and be a part of it, and we get to do it as a family, so it's great.
Fun. That sounds like such a good time. Now tell us about this new book. What is Alycat and the Cattywampus Wednesday all about?
So this book, which it releases today, is about Alycat, and she goes through this day where it's completely backwards. Everything is cattywampus, which I didn't know what cattywampus meant until I had a thesaurus trying to figure out a word for wacky. And so cattywampus means, you know, backwards, askew, and her whole day is backwards, but she relies on her friends to help her get through the day. And by doing that and staying positive, she actually gets through the day, and I won't tell the ending, but you know, it's a happy ending. And I wrote it during the pandemic because, you know, we all didn't know what the next day would bring. We didn't know if, you know, we'd get to see our grandparents or when we'd go back to school. And so I thought, you know what, my readers are probably wondering what to do in this backwards world. And so I didn't want to write a book about the pandemic. I decided to just write a book about a wacky cattywampus day and give readers tools on how to get through a day relying on friends, family, and a positive attitude.
And that's so important, using your friends and family. That's what they're there for, to get you through the tough days. So I love that. What a sweet story. Now the launch party, really quick before we go, when will that be?
It's this Saturday at the Little Gym of Lafayette. It's a free event for everyone in the community. It's from 3 to 6 p.m. We have adoptable cats with an application from Wildcat Foundation. $1 from each book sale goes to Wildcat Foundation. We've got jelly cakes, canes, bon-ton photography, Rick Hessler with balloons, space painting. We've got so much fun stuff.
It's going to be a great time this weekend. The Alycat series book launch for Alycat and the Cattywampus Wednesday. You can check it out later on our website. We'll have it linked at klfy.com.